Mick, how's the week been?
The week's been very good. After what was a fantastic result, a fantastic performance, both with and without the ball, we got the players' feet back on the ground and we go again. There's nothing we can do. We just keep the players positive, keep them working hard, and prepare them for what's going to be a tough game. Yeah.
When you play as well as that, what's it like in training the following week? Is it we've got now to try and replicate that until the end of the season?
Well, they've done it all season, in my opinion. They come in and I keep repeating myself. They come in every day and they work their socks off. There's a buoyant mood around the place, you know. After a performance like that, there was some excellent individual performances throughout the team, and it was just a good all-round team performance. And if we work at those levels, i.e. in training, and we're performing on a Saturday like that, we should be in a good place.
Any injuries picked up from that game, or are you all okay?
No, we're all okay. Yeah.
Potts is okay?
No, sorry, apologise. Potts had a scan, and he's touch and go. Potts, see whether he'll be fit for the weekend. So no, apart from Dan, everyone's okay.
What was the Potts? What did he do, Potts?
It looks like he's got a slight strain on the side of his knee and his ligament. We're not sure, but how long he's going to be. So it's touch and go whether he'll be available.
Obviously, Justin then pushed back into defence, so it sorted itself out. It
did, yes. I mean, JJ is very adaptable. His versatility is excellent. He can play in various positions. He's played left back for the majority of the season, and he's been excellent. So it was just a trade swap and bring Luke on, and Luke had a big say in the game, in my opinion, in terms of what he did over the time he was on the pitch, and just overall, it was a good all-round performance.
Was that a difficult decision, picking that team, because you went with Potts and obviously Berry missed out? Was the thinking just to get a bit of height in there, be a bit more defensive?
Well, when you look at our midfield, it's quite attack-minded, and I just thought JJ would give us more legs and energy, and he did that. But obviously Potsy went down, and Luke come in, and Luke was excellent on the day. So. It was seamless, really, in terms of the change. So overall, the change that happened, we didn't want to see that happen, but it did happen, and it worked in a favourable manner for us.
Alan McCormack, how is he?
Yeah, Mac is fit. Yeah, Mac is fit and ready to return to the team. Yeah, so we're getting back to getting one or two back. Yeah.
So even more options this weekend with him available, and obviously James Collins.
Absolutely, it's great options. I mean, we've always said we needed a strong squad to finish the season. That's why we brought in the lads on loan who've been excellent around the place in terms of their attitude. They haven't had much game time, but they work hard to do extra training, and they need it. If they're needed, they're ready.
The big question every Luton supporter probably wants to know the answer to is which two up front out of the three likely ones, with Luar playing so well and Collins back?
Well, we've decided, but I'm not going to give it away in terms of who's playing up front on Saturday, because we don't want to give any information out to the opposition. So we've decided who's going to play up front on Saturday. Yeah. With
that decision, can you judge it on a game-by-game basis, depending on which team you come up against? Because they all offer different things, don't they?
Well, we're not short in the striker department, and we have another very good player coming in very shortly from Brighton, Aaron Connolly. So you know, there's a lot of options in our striking department, and it is a difficult selection process we have to go through. And you know, we did a bit of work this morning with the team, so hopefully it works well and they gel well, and everything goes to plan.
And I'm mentioning those three without even talking about Cornick and Cummings, who can also do a job as well.
Absolutely, you know, and Harry's been massive for this football club since he came here, in terms of his energy, his work rate, the way he runs in behind, the way he stretches the teams, the opposition, and in my opinion, Jason's come in and he's worked hard in training. In his first game he played, when he came in against Wickham, I think it was, he created 2 goals. For us, by being clever in those spaces. He got a little bit of time at the weekend, and he's been very, very patient, like all of them have. And I mean, I just hope and continue that the run keeps going, and we don't have to change the team very much.
There are some, we get comments from fans saying that they're similar, Hilton and Collins, but that's probably unfair on those two, is it, to say that they're similar?
Similar in size. and they are two target men basically. They are very similar, but they in my opinion, they do complement each other. In a certain way they play. The way when the ball goes forward, we try and get them into a certain shape and to try and get the best out of them. But whenever, I mean, Danny's scoring goals and Collins is scoring goals as well, so it's going to be a difficult decision to make who's going to play in front of the weekend, but we made it and we'll get on with it.
The EFL announced their team of the season this week. You had 3 players in it, Stacey, Justin and Collins. Do you think that was about right?
Well, those 3 definitely, yeah, and maybe a few more. You know, there's been some outstanding individual performers this season for the football club. We respect that. We understand it's not our choice. I think it's made by, is it the managers or the players? So we respect that, but obviously we believe some other players should be in the team, because all of the team have performed at very high levels this season. So we're delighted to have 3 in, and I mean, we would have preferred to have more in, but that's the way it goes, and people will make their choices.
James Justin is up for the Young Player of the Season, which is some feat. He's up against players from the Championship, which just goes to show how much of a promising future he has.
He's up against 2 good players, you know, Wilson at Derby and then Aaron's at Norwich City, who are very, very good players, you know. And I'm sure when I've watched Norwich play, that kid's a real good player, and for JJ to be in amongst that lot, it's just testament to what he's done and how far he's come in terms of his development. And we said earlier in the conversation, he can cover various positions, and he's just so reliable for the football club wherever he plays.
He's 21, Stacey's 22. Summer-wise, I know there's so much going on as far as are the club going to be promoted, which obviously you're going to hope that they are, but then is it a case of keeping hold of some of these youngsters, Mick?
Yes, that's our ambition. I only, and I'm being honest with you, I only think of the next game, and I know it's an old cliche, but that's as far as I look, honestly, and I'm prepared to say that. When the summer comes and wherever we are, we'll have to assess it and see where we are. You know, we've got some good players here, and I'm sure people will be looking. You know, you watch the. I get a list of scouts who attend our games, and I mean, there's also a lot of Premier League, Championship scouts there watching our players. So it's testament to them that they're doing well.
As kind of the recruitment guide, do you have any say in whether players should leave or not, or when they should be allowed to leave, or when they can go?
Well, I'm part of the process, but at the end of the day, the final decision comes down to the manager and the board. So I am part of the process, but I will definitely have a say if and who, when, and anyone goes or anyone comes. I'm part of the process.
But you'd obviously like to keep them on you because they're such good players, and you could be playing in the Championship next year.
Of course we would, yeah, but we just don't know. Football's it's a strange game, you know. You don't know what's round the corner. It throws all kinds of conundrums up at you on a daily basis, and I'm finding this in this new role at the moment. So you just don't know what's around the corner, and people must be sick of me saying this. All I'm concentrating on is trying to beat Bristol Rovers.
But I suppose, must you have one eye on, well, if one of them goes, who could come in to replace them?
Of course we have. Of course we have targets and players, and we look forward. We have forward planning. We have forward planning meetings in terms of where we could be, where we might be. So yeah, we're not sat on our hands doing nothing and planning for the next season. We have got things in motion.
Quick one on your opponents, Bristol Rovers, suffered a defeat in the week. They're sort of fighting relegation, so they're going to be, you'd think, put up a fight. I
think Graham's done a great job since he went in there. He's galvanised them. He's turned them into a unit, which are quite hard to beat. I was at the game on Tuesday evening. I thought it was a bit of a one-off in terms of where they've been at, the levels they've been playing at. And there will be some kind of reaction, I'm sure, from Graham and from his players. So never easy, no easy games in this league, and we're not expecting an easy game down there just because they got beat 4-1 at Doncaster. So he's turned it around a little bit, so we're going to expect a real tough encounter here.
presumably he's like how he was when he was a player. We remember him when he was down at Plymouth all those years ago and was a fighter.
Yeah, we've had a few rows in the tunnel, me and Graham, but we've, as we say, we've mellowed and we've become quite good friends actually. I sent him a message when he got the job, and I was delighted for him. I think he's doing a good job, and he worked under Paul Sturrock for years and years, and that, you know, and he'll have gained a lot from Paul, and I hope he has a successful managerial career because he's a good guy.
Perfect. Thank you.
And James Collins, it's a bit disappointing he didn't make his debut Friday, but it's good that he's come back sort of fully refreshed for the running season as well. Yeah,
he said, to be fair to James, he said he worked hard, they've trained hard, they did some extra stuff and that, you know, when he wasn't playing, so he's kept his fitness up. And going away there was probably really refreshing for him, because you know as well as I do how hard he works for the football team in terms of his effort and work rate. Me and we as a football club are disappointed he never got a cap, but his time will come hopefully, and hopefully in the next games he'll get some minutes on the pitch.
On the game, if he plays on Saturday, I mean that's a
200
milestone, yeah, to reach for him.
Yeah, Pelly's been phenomenal in terms of his appearances and his overall contribution to the football club. I think he's been immense. Whenever he's played, he always gives 100%, and he's been excellent. I mean, and we're delighted with his form at the moment. I thought he was excellent Saturday against Doncaster, and he contributed with the opening goal, which was brilliant, yeah, for him. And no, we're delighted for him, and congratulations on his 200th game. I hope it's a winning one.
His level of fitness must be, I mean, because at the start he couldn't really play more than a couple of games in the season. He didn't play too much in the season, but now he's over his injuries and he's really consistent, isn't he?
Yeah, he trains every day. He never misses training, never misses a session. When he does the sessions, he's flat out. He's full at it. He wants to do extra, and he's just been massive for us this season. And hopefully he keeps progressing and getting better.
It's a chance for another club record on Saturday. 27 games unbeaten in the league. I mean, is that another thing to look for as well?
Well, we approach every game in the manner we want to win it, so we'll be positive, and if we break another record, great. Along the way, we just want to try and get over the line and try and win as many games as we can.
Bristol Rovers' home form hasn't been too good. They've not only won 2 since November time. I mean, can you use that going into the game as well?
Yeah, as I said, I mean, they brought in a new manager, and I think he's done well. He's galvanised them. They're more solid. They've drawn a lot of games underground. They haven't lost many, apart from the one the other night where maybe it looked like a bit of a one-off, where they looked a bit fragile. But he'll get them right, and there will be a reaction from that football club in terms of when they play us on Saturday. And I'm expecting a real tough game.
Just one more. There's a development game in the week against Plymouth away. Quite a young side there in the end, wasn't it? So pleased for them to get some more minutes. Absolutely,
really young side against an experienced Plymouth team who I think some of their players had played over 600 league games, and so the kids did well. They went down there, good experience to play on a first team pitch, Helm Park. So overall, yeah, it was a good week for the kids and a good result there.
You had a midfielder, Hong Wang played, I think, for you. Is he someone you're looking at for the under 18s or that kind of side of it?
Yeah, I haven't actually seen him play in any of the games. But I will get a chance to see him. He'll probably come and train with us over the coming weeks. Had good feedback because Steve was at the game in the midweek, so I had good feedback about the lads. So we'll monitor him and see where we are in the coming weeks. Yeah.